Open, written by Richard Kotae and narrated by Remy Chartier. All Teddy wanted was another drink. But he was well aware of the county laws, and it was time to give the best bartender in the world, Mariana, some peace of mind. So he decided to get the hell out of the bar. He was the only customer left anyway, as it was a Tuesday night in an insignificant little town. Stepping out, he realized that it was a bit colder than he'd anticipated. He pulled his jacket tight on himself, and for the millionth time, he promised himself that he was going to fix the zipper or get a new jacket. He knew the way home from Red Fox with his eyes closed. He had been going to that bar for years now. Left on Cedar, right on Serenity, a short walk by the woods by the creek, left on Creekside. Wait a minute, he thought. At first, he didn't know what he was looking at. His mind was just not able to comprehend it. He blinked a few times, then closed his eyes for a couple of seconds and opened them again. He was looking at a building where there had never been a building before. At least, he'd never noticed one there. He couldn't have missed a whole entire building for years, could he? It wasn't extraordinary looking or anything. It looked like all of the other houses around it. The only particular thing about it was that it had a bright red neon light in the window that simply said, "Open." Teddy couldn't figure out what kind of business it was. What would be open in the middle of the night? Curiously, he took a few steps closer. No markings, no signs, no business logos, just open. He went closer and peeked in the window. His heart almost jumped out of his chest. The inside of the house looked like a bar, although he didn't see anybody in there. The place looked like it was still open. All the lights were on and everything. He looked at his watch. It was way past the time bars closed around town, and he didn't think the laws would have changed on that particular Tuesday, or maybe they just left the open sign on by accident. But he decided there was nothing wrong with saying hi to the owner of the newest business in town anyway. And then, whatever would happen, would happen. He opened the door and stepped inside. The place looked clean, but smelled some awful foul. It didn't bother him that much, though. "Hello?" he said. No answer. "Hello?" Nothing. He shrugged his shoulders and sat down on a bar stool. He was sure that somebody would show up at some point. But the smell started to get to him after all. He felt like he was going to pass out. He stood up, ready to leave when the whole place shook. Then the counter disappeared. The bottles on the shelf disappeared. The bar stools disappeared. Teddy fell down and felt a sudden excruciating pain. He looked down and saw that his legs had disappeared into the floor. The floorboards had grown long fangs and were eating his legs. The bar disappeared completely, and he found himself in complete darkness, being eaten alive. In the street, the building shook and transformed into a creature. The open sign flickered and became its red, glowing eyes. Mariana at Red Fox never saw Teddy again, but she didn't think much of it. She just thought he probably found a new favorite bar to hang out at. You have been listening to Open, written by Richard Kotae, with narration, music, and sound design by Remy Chartier of Lone Wolf Audio. We sincerely hope you've enjoyed this production. Just as we hope the next time you see an inviting light in the darkness, you'll think twice before approaching, because you never know. It could be a safe haven, or it could be a monster waiting to tear you apart. If you'd like to hear more of my work, please visit my SoundCloud at Remy-C-Chartier. That's Remy-C-Chartier. Please stop by Richard's YouTube channel, which is Nothing Ever Happens in Fox Hollow. That's right, nothing at all. What you've experienced tonight is completely and utterly normal. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you again soon.